Are you hungry?
Give me something good.
Hi, and welcome to another episode of Görgött. Today, again, I've been inspired by Instagram. I saw a picture from a restaurant in Stockholm called Främmat, which means guests. And they had made grilled corn, and on top of that was a béarnaise, and on top of that were some shrimps. So I'm making a version of that today. Instead of shrimps, we're using langoustines, but except for that, it's kind of the same ingredients. But before we have a look at the board here, please do me the favor, if you're not supporting me yet, please do so by subscribing to the channel and checking the bell icon so that you get notifications. But now let's have a look at the board. So as I mentioned, one of the differences, I'm using langoustines, and what I'm doing to them is I'm going to baste them with a really hardcore reduction of a langoustine stock. Now this is just umami, salty, seafoody explosion power basically. It's a seafood atomic bomb. So we're just going to brush these langoustines and then put them on the grill. So that's kind of the protein. Then we have our corn. We're just going to grill that and then we're going to cut it off here. And the rest here is for our béarnaise. We have our butter, we have our egg. It's about 4 egg yolks to 250 grams of butter, about. We have some tarragon, and we have a special vinegar that exists here in Switzerland. You probably have similar things. It's a herb vinegar, but it tastes quite a lot of tarragon, so that goes perfect with the béarnaise. So it's kind of a cheat béarnaise. It's not the classical one. And I'm going to cheat even more and make it in the Thermomix. But let's start with the langoustines, and there's not much to do. I'm just going to show you so that they don't curl up. We're putting steel rods through them. That sounds a bit brutal, but we'll take them out before we eat them. So that's basically prepped, and they're going to be basted with this. We can do that as well. And we'll baste them both before and during the grilling. This is going to give them an amazing taste. Then we'll baste the other side when we turn them on the grill. But we'll put these aside for now. Now with the corn, there's not much we need to do. We're just going to put it on the grill. So the other prep, well, the only other prep we need to do is to chop up the tarragon. So let's do that. Now obviously you can spend time and taking the leaves off. But again, we're just at home. We just chop it really fine, and that's enough. Tarragon is one of these herbs that I think actually goes best with seafood. Now we just go over it again. Both tarragon and coriander, I never really mind the stems in there, especially if it's chopped anyways. And that's our tarragon prepped for the béarnaise. Now we'll start grilling, and we'll start with the corn, because that we could just keep warm in the oven afterwards. So we'll grill the corn, then we'll do the béarnaise, and last we'll grill the langoustines. Now for the corn, I'm not going to bother you with showing you how to grill it. I will show you how we grill the langoustines, but the corn I'll just grill. And this is the before, and this is after. Now all we need to do is cut them off. And we'll put this into a separate bowl. And then that bowl in the oven for at around 50 degrees, just to keep warm. And then we'll set up the Thermomix and make the béarnaise. So I'll see you in a second or two. We have our trusted Thermomix set up. Get the egg yolks in there. We'll get our vinegar. Not all at once, we can taste some afterwards. We'll add a little bit of butter to start with, or maybe 1/3. And you notice I didn't add salt because the butter is salty. Now we start this, and yeah, you're not going to hear much. I'll do it on 80 degrees, and not very fast, just kind of stirring it. This will take a while. Once you see that the butter is melting, put in more butter. Then at the end, we'll just see if it needs more vinegar or not. It might need more salt, maybe not. And then we're also going to add in our tarragon. Perfect. Now we'll just clean this up and then we'll finish off the taste. I have a warm water bath ready because obviously we need this to stay or stick together while we fry the langoustines. I just get that all in the water bath. Get a spoon so we can try the plenty salty, maybe a little bit more of the vinegar, and our tarragon. The best quick béarnaise you can ever make. Perfect. So we'll put that to the side, and the last thing we need to do is grill our langoustines. So we have our grill. We put on our langoustines. And we put a bit more of this seafood reduction or langoustine reduction. Now you just need to be patient. It's not taking very long. Turn them. Now the brushing. This little grill makes it so much easier for me to grill in these episodes, because I don't have to move around out to the balcony. You can just put the grill in here. Just hope that that camera can handle it, but so far so good. Now these are almost ready. I will put this to the side and then we'll plate everything up. Now before we plate it out, don't forget to pull these out. We can do that now. And then they're ready to be plated. Now when we plate, we start with our corn. This is just the corn from one of the cobs. The other one I gave to my daughter. And I would say one cob is probably enough for 2 plates. Now for our béarnaise. Need to have plenty of it. That should be enough. And last but not least, our grilled langoustines. And that's the dish. At least that's what it looked like in the picture on Instagram. Now let's give it a try. I think this looks lovely. I get everything in there. This is lovely. The sweetness of the corn together with the sweetness of the langoustine, with the sharp acidity of the vinegar, the creaminess of the béarnaise. This langoustine reduction that we brushed on really adds depth of flavor. This is really good. A nice starter for the grill season, because obviously 2 of the 3 things you can do on the grill. And the béarnaise you can just kind of whip up, like I did it, a cheat béarnaise. Just eggs, butter, cold butter, some herb vinegar, and then obviously the tarragon. But this is fantastic. Give it a try. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. That really supports the channel. And if you haven't done so yet, so you know the drill, subscribe, click the bell icon to get notifications, and leave me a comment. It was very nice to see you again. Take care until next time. Bye-bye.